Hello, all you imps, pixies, and other fine fae folk. It is me, the Hobby Hobbit. This is a channel where we like to play with all different kinds of arts and craftsy things, but we are certainly master of none. We like to learn together, and I will never edit my videos, so you see all of my mistakes. Excuse me. So we finished up our first journal together, and I thought, well, I mentioned I wanted to do a black and white journal, so this is where we're at. I have this cardstock paper that's got different shades of gray. We have the Paper Studio. These are more of a cardstock. This is a Hobby Lobby brand, or branded with Hobby Lobby. And then I have this one, and this is more of a paper. So what I've done, I'm going to put these aside now. I've gone through and picked out some colors that I liked and some pages I liked from various stashes. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this. This is more of a warm gray, whereas these all appear to be more of a cool gray, but we'll see. And then this is from that little map book that I got from Joann's as well. I like this. So we may use those. This is the page I want to be the cover. However, it is extremely thin. So I'm probably going to have to back it. I figure cut this. This will be the front. This will be the back. I mean, I really do like this page. So we'll have to back it with something else. And then we'll have to also consider the spine. But that's what I want to be the front page, or the cover, the front cover. I figure it'll be a journal about this big. About the size of the last one. But we may change our mind. Then we have this page. Some of these are, I can picture as ephemera, like this could be tags. This one can certainly be tags or pockets. I feel like this could be pockets. More tags. Maybe an envelope. I thought this could be the inside. At one point in time, I was thinking this could be the cover, but I don't think I want this to be the cover. So maybe tag or something like that, or we could just simply put it in there, and you can journal on this page. You know, just use that as a plain journaling page. I thought this could be a backing to a pocket maybe, or a backing of a tag. But there's a lot of different pages. And again, this one could either be journaling or something else. Now this is where we start getting into the cardstock. I'm definitely seeing these as ephemera. Pocket or tag. Pocket or tag. This is absolutely ephemera to me. Look how pretty these are. And there's so many of them that you can just turn them into little ephemera pieces. Be it whether it's a altered paper clip, whether it's a tuck spot, the front of a pocket. I think this is beautiful. So I've got quite a few of these pages. We may not use them all. We might. Who knows? But these again are the cardstocky, so they're definitely thicker. And then of course, I don't know if I want to do coffee dyed paper or not. If I do coffee dyed paper, then I can certainly see bringing this in, more of these. And then if that's the case, then likely I would like to bring this one page into this one. See, I know this goes with this, but I don't think it goes with the color scheme of the other grays. But I'd like to have at least some kind of map page. But this one's the Joann's. The Park Lane is the Joann's friendly brand. All right, so I really have no idea which direction we want to go. I know this time I want to sew my pages in before we start decorating too heavily, because whew, that was fun trying to go through all those pages with all the ephemera and worrying about it. So I don't want to work on the cover, but maybe we can start working on miscellaneous. Let's look and see what we think about the idea of coffee dyed paper. Hold on just a moment. Okay. I just don't know. I don't know what I think about the coffee dyed paper being added into it. Yeah, we're going to add some. Maybe not this stuff, unless I can find something that's more silver-ish, because I want the offshoot color, instead of using gold as the accents, I wanted to use silver this time. And so I also thought, well, let's play with some stickles, and I thought this stickles would go kind of with these. Now I see it's more of a gold, but I do have the silvers, so we'll see. I don't know. We may or may not play with them. I do have a lot of black and white Tim Holtz stuff, so we can look into that. All right, let's just go ahead and start choosing pages and things that we need to fill this with. Yeah. So if I use it, these are going to be 2 filler pages. I'm going to put this stuff off to the side, though. Let's just look at these and see. Ooh, hold on. I'm going to put you on hold for just a minute. We're back. All right, so I do have some of this stuff from work where it gets delivered, and I just kind of snag onto it. So this is thin, but it's still paper of varying different shades. So we may go ahead and add some of these in. But then is that going to fight against this? We won't add too many of the coffee dyed. We'll add some of the lighter pieces. Like that one's kind of a lighter, but see, then it really shows off against this. I don't know. We'll add those later. But that's kind of where I'm thinking for this. Let's add these over here. And then let's just see where this takes us, shall we? Of course, it would help if we knew how big the journal's going to be. Okay, this, we're going to try to even this up some. We're back. I had a lot of cutting and straightening to do. So here's what I'm thinking so far. Now this is also not including all these other pages that we want. You know what, let's go ahead and put these two in here. Let's put that one in there because I do like to occasionally add some cardstock. We'll put this one in because I think that'll be a fun writing page. But I'm going to cut it down. We'll cut it down to about here. What I'm thinking is basically about a regular size of paper folded. If I go back to the page that I want to be my cover, if I can find it now. Yeah. I'm thinking it's going to be about that size of a journal. So my thought is journal cover is going to be about 5.5 inches and by maybe 6.5. I think that's about where I want it to be, 5.5 by 6.5, so it'll look about like that. Smaller journal, but we're gonna have a lot in it. So that's what I'm thinking anyways. Huh. I measured that almost perfectly, that's funny. Okay, so that's got to lose some time, some weight or length. Although we could do like 5.5 by 8.5 or so. I think I like it this size better. Yeah, I think I like it this size better for a journal, at least for this one. And we might as well go ahead and fold these because we know these are going to be, well, actually we don't know what we're doing with this page yet, but I do know this one's going to be folded and put in. So if we're running under the assumption of 5.5, do we really want to measure all these right now and cut them down to size, or just kind of throw them in there and have them ready to go? Now, Marvel is crying and whining. I'm using this even though there's just a touch of color because this is black and white, and this one's like the big bang pages of the almanac. And we can try and cover over some of the colored, I guess. And as you know, I'm not worried about edges or anything like that because I do like to add lace to the edges. So I don't worry too much about any kind of edging. Now I did grab some pages out of a book. We're going to fold them this way because again, I don't really worry about bottoms, tops, or all that. This is just a rough fold to get these things folded so we can get a count to see how many we want to add, take away, or any of that. Oh my gosh, Marvel is being such a crybaby. His grandmother has taught him how to cry, and he just cries. He does it for attention when he feels like he's being ignored for too long. It's so funny. He's just a little baby cry. But he's my baby cry. Right, so I think instead of making these into pockets this time, I'm going to cut this off at about the height we want. Which was about 5.5, right? going to be right about there, actually. And of course I took it out so I could re-scooch it. Yep, that's going to be right about there. See, this just, oh, I think it's because I've got so many of these in here and they're all kind of cattywampus. I'm like, this just does not seem like it's straight. It really doesn't. What is going on? Is that printed in my eyes crooked? Okay, that, I'm following that along. Okay, that'll work. I have a feeling this is going to end up being a big journal. Unless I manage to control myself and scale back what I'm doing. Come on. Now, what's the 5.5 on this? Oh, I don't want to waste that much copy dyed paper. So, oh, devil. And I say this like it's a precious commodity, but to me it is because of the time it takes to make this. There is definitely some time that gets involved in this. I think making about 50 sheets took me about 4 hours because they were completely saturated, and then I had to dry them in the oven and separate them, and yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I reckon that's about a good size for a journal. I mean, there's differences in these pages. Some will be longer, some won't. We'll cut them down to our final shape when we've, I say that now as I'm adding these. I should have just waited. That might be fun. How wide is that? That might be a fun page. Oh, that's about 3 1/4. We'll see. Alright. I'm just going to rough fold these so we can kind of get kind of what we... Oh my goodness. That's too much paper, you guys. That's too much. We're going to have to whittle this down. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'll say 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That gives us 100 pages, which means all of these can go aside. I've got to get my other organizer in here so that I can start putting all the paper in the organizer. Right, so let's look at this one more time. That's going to be cut down 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. These have got to be cut down. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, I guess. So let's just take this super long way out. And then separate some of these and intersperse them to build strength throughout. 1 through 4, yeah. So, bones of it without the cover. This one's going to be a big one too, I can tell already. But what I'm thinking about, we can separate these into signatures, do 2 different signatures maybe, and the cover will build to let it expand a bit, I think. We'll try that and see. But if we're doing 2 different signatures, should I do another piece of cardstock on the outside to... that's a thought to think about. Anyways, we'll talk about that next time. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.